Hey guys, welcome to Flat Creek Outdoors. I'm Phil. Lately, I've had a bunch of people ask for firewood for sale, and I've been telling them I don't have anything dry, I don't have anything seasoned, I don't have anything ready to burn, so we just need to wait. I wish I could make it dry faster, but we've had a really dry spring, so I'm going to go ahead and try to test a few pieces today, and if I can start to identify some that's really close to being ready, then I'm going to go ahead and start shipping this stuff out the door and start collecting a little money. So this here is my oldest maple stack, and I'm going to look for some pieces that are maybe slightly bigger than average. Pull one of those out, and then I'll grab a piece or two off of my oldest oak stack as well, and we'll check the moisture in those. I have with me today my trusty Harbor Freight moisture meter. This is like all other moisture meters of this style. It has two sharp pins on the top. You stick that in the wood and it will detect the amount of moisture in the wood, and it'll read it as a percentage. For seasoned wood, you want it down around 20% or less, and I doubt, especially this oak, I doubt it's there yet. The maple's probably getting close, but you want to check the interior moisture of the wood, not on the outside. So I'm going to start the splitter, we'll get a fresh split on this, and we'll detect the moisture on the fresh split side of the wood. So I've got my 4 fresh splits. We'll try this oak first. I put all my open split sides up and turn it on. Shows us zeros to start. Still quite wet on that one. It says 41%. That's one of the shorter ones. So that's that piece. And one of the longer ones here. I think this was all kind of in the same area. 31 on that one. So not even close. $37 actually. You got that there? Alright, let's check out the maple. The first piece of maple is showing as 28. Getting close. The second piece of maple, let's check it out here. 30, 31. Right there. Okay, so it all needs more time. So I've seen a lot of guys use those moisture meters and they'll push it in the end grain of the wood, or they'll push it in just the exposed side that's been exposed to the elements, and the end grain or the exposed sides are going to be drier than the inside of the wood, and I've seen plenty of guys get incorrect readings doing it that way. You've got to split it open, you've got to check the moisture on the inside. The oak, it looks dry, you know, it's starting to discolor, it has lots of checking on the end grain, on many pieces the bark is peeling away. All the signs that the wood is drying out are visible, but you split it open and you put the moisture meter on there and it does not lie. The pieces of wood that I grabbed off of this stack were still showing upwards of 40%. There's no way that would provide a good burning experience for anyone, even though it has the appearance of being seasoned. I wanted to share this video with you because my method so far, how I found I can get the most dollars per cord, is having the best quality product and the best burning experience. That's what I feel is happening anyway. I also focus on selling wood in smaller quantities. So I deliver wood in the suburbs, and I do some bundles, and I do some small stacks, and I do truckloads, which with my small truck, a Nissan Frontier, which won't hold more than 1/3 of a cord. So that's what I do, and what I found is that you wait until that wood is absolutely perfect. It is dry and ready to go. People have a good burning experience. They tell plenty of other people about the firewood that you have for sale, and that's just what I'm doing. So I've got plenty of space out here to let wood sit, to let it season, let it dry. My biggest challenge up to this point has been production. So before I got the Wolf Ridge splitter, I just had a single wedge splitter, and I was only able to do so much with the available time that I have. Now the splitter can completely outproduce what I've been able to cut, and that's why I'm starting to get log loads in, so that I'll have a lot more wood on hand to feed through that splitter. So what it's looking like for now is, like, this year I'm going to have pretty limited amount of dry season wood ready to go and sell for this year, but I'm really trying to ramp up production right now so that by fall of 2023 I can be out ahead of what I think my demand numbers will be, and I'll have plenty of inventory available. I've seen plenty of guys sell wood like that and call it seasoned. I've bought wood myself like that people have said are seasoned, and it's just, if you don't give it enough time to dry out all the way through, it's just not going to be a good burning experience. This maple will dry out a lot faster. That oak that's at 40%, I bet it won't be ready, maybe not at all this year. It might have to wait until next year. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll test it again, you know, mid-late fall and see where it's at. But at 40%, I know in my experience in the past, it needs this entire summer at least to dry out completely. It's not moving off of my stack here anytime soon. The maple, on the other hand, I bet by mid-July, that'll be down around 20%. It'll be ready to roll. The maple just dries out really, really fast. So that's why I've got it all separate, and I have several cords of elm and maple and poplar, which all kind of dry out on that faster schedule. I've got that all just sitting down there ready to go, so as soon as it dries out mid-summer, late summer, it'll be ready to go and I will start shipping it out. So I've got these, it's about 2 cords of oak right here. They were all kind of on that same schedule, so I don't think any of this stuff's going to be ready anytime soon. And that's kind of the issue with oak, if you do a lot of oak, is that it can take upwards of 2 years to properly season and dry out all the way. I was actually watching a video this morning from Ohio Woodburner, and Joe was talking about how he stacks his oaks separate in an area of his property he calls Oakland, which is a great name for it, because he knows it takes longer than a lot of the other species, and he knows he's got to keep that separate so that it can take the time that it needs to dry out properly. He was also saying he really doesn't care for the smell of oak, and I kind of like it, you know, to each his own, but I did take note of what he was really saying he was doing, which was separating that oak, and he did mention that the oak that he splits sits in Oakland for up to 2 years, and that's because it takes that long to dry out. So I think it was on last video I shared with you guys, I got my first ever log load delivered, which is awesome, super excited about that. Most of that is oak, so it's not going to be ready for this year, but I'm really trying to build as much of my inventory as I can for next year. This afternoon there should be another log delivery coming, and I'm going to film a video when it does come, and I can show you what's in the load. I'm going to wrap us up though. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye bye.